is Bronze and Modern Gods bonus episode time. I'm John, and that guy over there is Richard. Hey.
Hey, John. How you doing?
I'm good. Lots going on. I don't know if you happen to see the comments on this week's video on Monday.
This is the most activity I've seen in any of our videos so far in terms of comments. We really appreciate them, both the positive and the negative. It's a dialogue that we like to see.
Before we get into it, though, a reminder, follow us at Bronze and Modern Gods on Facebook and Instagram if you're not already, and visit us at bronzeandmoderngods.com if you feel like it. And if you don't, at least like and subscribe. We would love that if you're watching us on YouTube, and also hit the notification bell. Or if you're listening to us on your favorite podcast platform, leave us a review. Tell us we stink. Tell us we're great. We read them all.
Tell us we greatly stink. Whatever's your whim.
Obviously, it's our bonus episode where we feature your comments and questions, along with the Instagram Market Watch. We're joined by Ali from Elite_Comics11 later on this episode with 3 big, huge key sales this week on Instagram. So let's get right into viewer mail. As Richard said, lots of discussion about our last episode entitled Why We Won't Sell on eBay. Not why you should not sell on eBay. The title was Why We, Richard and John, will not sell on eBay. I'm making that very clear because I have to say, the comments were about 50-50. Much unlike our country, which is united right now. These comments were 50-50, split right down the middle. Many of you echoing our thoughts about eBay, and an equal number of you challenging us, saying you're having no issues, which, that's great. Richard said, we love discussion. I am not offended if you disagree with me, and I listen. One thing about getting older, you learn that you're not right all the time, which was very different than how I was in my 20s and maybe even early 30s, where I knew everything. And boy, if you challenged me, I went after you like a pit bull. You change, don't you, Richard?
Oh, absolutely. You realize that other points of view are just as valid as yours.
And this goes for, you suckers who are still on eBay. I'm kidding. Joke. The joke, people. No, it really is. I even say in Monday's video, your mileage may vary. That's my way of saying, this is my experience. This is Richard's experience. Your experiences may be very different, but we were asked a question and we gave our answer. A few of you did correct us on eBay's return policy. Thank you for that. It has changed to 14 days. So we absolutely appreciate the correction on that. When we're wrong, I'll raise my hand. I think it's a sign of strength to admit when you're wrong. I don't think it's weakness whatsoever. Now I'm going to correct some of you out there. Some people commented that Facebook and Instagram don't have stores where you can post all your inventory and have thousands of items up. You're wrong. That's simply not true. Both platforms do indeed now offer storefronts, and you can use those to post your books in bulk. Just get a CSV file and upload those suckers. It's very easy to get approved for a store. I did it in 5 minutes. I haven't used it, but I did it in 5 minutes. Richard, you use it for Corner Boxed.
Yep. It's real easy. It ties right into the existing platform, and it's definitely an option for people who have a large quantity of comics to sell.
And guess what? The buyer is protected when you buy from those storefronts. Blah 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 blah. So there are alternatives. There's a fee to pay, but there are alternatives. I'm going to massacre this poor guy's name. So Mark, in advance, I apologize. Mark Huyck. It's Huyck. I'm so sorry, Mark, but he has a great comment. I created a separate bank account that is only for eBay. When I get paid, I transfer the money out right away so they can't dip into my coffers. That's brilliant, actually.
Oh yeah, it's the smart thing to do. It's one of the first things I did when I started selling anything in quantity online. You do not want the account that you write your checks to pay your bills and your direct deposit goes into being associated with all these other services. So it's easy to go to the bank, create a new account, use that account and sweep all of your money funds, sweep your PayPal, your Venmo, your Cash App, Never leave money sitting in those accounts. Put it into your bank account, because those accounts can be locked, frozen, emptied, whatever, by the individual company. So yeah, it's a great way of separating your hobbies from your lifestyle.
Now let me Susie Orman that in addition. All right. It's been a while since I've made a Susie Orman.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm well overdue, aren't I? If you're going to do that, open one up where you get something in return for opening a checking account, like with Chase or, Citibank. Get some miles, some airline miles, get some sort of reward. Don't just do it. Get something out of it, and make a deposit so you get that something. And okay, enough Susie Orman stuff. That's Susie would say. We have another correction, Richard. Actually, you do, that we were made aware of, which I think is a good point to make.
Yeah, the comment is from Eric Perry. If you receive an "I'm going to leave you negative feedback" threat by a buyer, report them to eBay. They generally don't allow feedback extortion such as this. Don't reply to the buyer. Stay calm. Stick to the facts. You should be fine. That's a very level-headed approach to the problem when you get someone who thinks that they can hold you hostage. I definitely would try this method. Try reporting them to eBay. I just don't know if I would expect a rapid response to the problem. eBay tends to, what's the best way of putting it? Be rather slow with their customer service.
Dawdle?
Dawdle's a good word. Dawdle's a good word.
And let's be fair. We're 2 years removed from this.
Yes. But even so, I looked at my eBay profile. I've been on eBay now since 1999, February of 1999. I have almost a 900 feedback score, of which 222 were in the last 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I do a lot of buying books on eBay. So I'm not saying the platform is necessarily toxic. It is a great resource that I always fall back on. I'm just saying that there are things that eBay could do to make it a better environment for sellers, and keep the sellers that they have happy.
Well, in that light, you have another comment that is directly related to that.
Yes, I have another comment from Henry Bemis. I'm going to push back a little on eBay favoring the buyer. You're mostly right, but there are exceptions. I won a few auctions from one seller a few weeks back, some silver and bronze Fantastic Fours, and picked them up for a good price considering the current market. The seller canceled the auctions after they ended and claimed he no longer had the items in stock, when he almost certainly didn't get the amount he wanted on the items. I had no recourse and could leave no feedback. Food for thought.
Two-way street.
It is a two-way street. And I actually, this is funny that he brought this up. I have been watching eBay auctions for a pretty rare book, Marvel Family Comics #1, the first appearance of Black Adam. There are a number of copies up on eBay. This gentleman had a copy that went for auction, sold for around $4,000, $4,500, I think. And I thought, well, okay, that was a pretty good price for that book. And then all of a sudden, the book pops up again on eBay, and I'm like, what's going on? I looked at the feedback for that seller, and apparently he told the buyer that he had a reserve price and that the book did not reach his reserve price, and therefore he was going to ask for that reserve amount. The buyer obviously said no, thank you, and then so the seller canceled the auction and relisted the book. He did that, and then the book sold again. And all of a sudden, it shows up for a third time on eBay. I was curious. I was just definitely curious. So I contacted the seller, and I asked them point blank. I see this book is being relisted. Is there a reason why? Well, apparently, the buyer for the book decided they weren't going to pay the amount. It sold for like $18,000.
Yeah.
So they decided they weren't going to pay. So this is a case of of what can happen when you buy and sell books on eBay. Not everyone is out there has the integrity that I'm sure all of the listeners of this podcast have.
Now, keeping all this in mind, it's a two-way street. Good buyers, good sellers, bad sellers. I do have to make an apology of sorts. I think I do have to say, in my comments on Monday, I was probably making too sweeping a generalization when I said eBay is a cesspool. Of course, there are great sellers. Of course, there are great buyers on the platform. I was in the moment. I was seized by adrenaline. It's not a cesspool. It's a minor cesspool. It's not for me. And obviously it's not for Richard either, correct?
Yeah, no, I have no plans on selling anything on eBay. I buy a lot, so that has not changed. But the actual process of selling a book, I feel there are other avenues that are better in terms of opportunities and better in terms of profit than eBay at this time.
Yeah, I get the people that have been on there for years and have thousands and thousands of feedbacks, and they have hundreds of items that they bulk list. I get it. It's easy. It's, found money. I do get that, but we're different. We're not dealers. We're collectors that happen to sell books in order to get the books that we want. So that's why we don't sell on eBay. As I said, your mileage may vary. The one thing I didn't get from some of the commenters, though, was this passionate, vociferous defense of this faceless corporation that doesn't give a crap about you.
Vociferous, wow.
Some people were like really frothing at the mouth, like, how dare you talk about eBay like that? That's my child. No, it's not. They don't give a crap about you guys. I mean, neither does Instagram.
No.
If someday Instagram institutes policies I don't like, I'm not going to defend them to the death. That one thing I did not get in some of the comments.
Yeah, but I chalk it up to people getting excited about a topic they were passionate about. eBay, for a lot of people is the source. It replaces the classifieds. It replaces, going to the mall. It is a source of joy and enjoyment for a lot of people, including me. Like I said, I buy a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think people are defensive, towards that company as an entity. But like John says, they really don't care about you. And just to say right now, eBay favors the buyer, but more so than that, eBay favors eBay. And if for some reason they come up with a plan that makes them more revenue to change their business model, they'll happily leave their customers in the lurch and go down that different road. And it's a corporation, and it's like any other big corporation. Its motives are not necessarily always in favor of their customers.
The other thing I didn't get, and Richard, you lead right into this, you buy from eBay and you use eBay for pricing comps. So you're a hypocrite. What? You're going to have to really parse that one out for me because I don't get it. Yeah, I'll use it for comps all day. I'm not selling my books on it, though. So sorry, Charlie. All right, let's leave eBay behind for now. But not because we're afraid of a little back and forth, but because I have a really funny piece of viewer mail I want to share that's not related at all to this topic. It's from our good friend, Secret Agent Matt Hexamer. If you remember Matt, he has the name of a secret agent, I believe. It's a really cool name. Some clown at a swap meet. Oh, this is off to a great start. Actually tried to convince me the first appearance of Dr. Bong was a good spec, as he was supposed to show up in the MCU. Not a chance. However, I did love Dr. Bong's appearance in the sensational She-Hulk run. That clown was me. No, I love that though. I want to meet that guy that tried to sell you that book, Matt, because he's got a pair of huevos on him that I respect.
I am looking forward to seeing Howard the Duck in the What If show. So we'll see. You never say never.
Never say never. We'll might get some Dr. Bong in the house no matter what. All right, it is time for our Instagram Market Watch, where we track the biggest sales on Instagram over the week. As always, we are joined by Elite_Comics11's Ali. Let's do the dance. And here he is right now from Elite_Comics11 on Instagram. It's Ali. What's up, Ali?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, Ali.
Just getting back into the swing of things. Speaking of getting back into it, getting back into this Market Watch, 3 big keys this week. I'm looking at it now. Yowza.
Yeah, so thanks for having me back. Again, at Elite_Comics11, Instagram's premier consignment page. And yeah, it's been a crazy week between the consignments and the live sales. So anyways, so here's a few of the big books that have moved on our page this past week or so. So Avengers 1, CGC 3.5, off-white pages. It went for $4,750 on our page. I will say, you know, we've been seeing a lot of the other Silver Age Marvel books go nuts recently. Avengers seem to kind of be the cooler, like cool meaning a little depressed compared to the rest, but I definitely noticed it heat up a bit, and we just had this sale. So I don't know what the data shows, but you can get it.
90-day GPA on it. It's almost right on target. Yeah, you sold that for $47.50. 90-day is $47.36.
Boom.
So there you go. It's right on target there. And Avengers, you know, kind of a tough one with that dark green spine that really picks up everything. And people forget Avengers 1 came out around the same time as Daredevil #1. And we've seen what happened with Daredevil #1. I think that the market finally went, oh, wait, this is a key too. And we've seen that happen. So I think it's where it needs to be right now is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And that green being some guy that has just got done with an awesome TV show, right?
Yes.
On the spine, Loki.
By the way, we were at a Lacoste outlet the other day when we were on vacation, and we did ask if they had the alligator Loki Lacoste shirts, you know, just to see what they would say. You know, they're bootlegs, obviously, but the guy at the store was like, "Man, we really should make those because everybody's coming in asking for it." So get on that, Lacoste.
So the next one up, speaking of nice, Amazing Spider-Man 300. It's an Elite CGC 9.8 white pages. It's the direct. It's the first Venom. We just got the second trailer from that movie. $6,099. This one sold for on our page. It's seen higher days, but you know, still has had a heck of a year. So
it's funny you say that because the 90-day GPA on it is 67.09. So somebody got that for about 600, 700 off, 600 off. And you know, it is softening. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I think there was a little bit of a feeding frenzy on that book, but we're seeing a correction. I don't say it's, you know, cratering or anything like that. No alarmist language here. But what do you think, Richard? You're the Spidey guy.
Yeah, I think that this definitely is softening a bit. It's down from its peak. It was really, really hot a couple months ago. I'm surprised it and 361 really haven't seen a lot of activity based on the trailer that just dropped. You know, the new trailer for the Venom 2 movie came out, and it really, for some reason, isn't seeming to do the typical bump that you'll see for a trailer for keys.
Well,
So
what do you think of the trailer? I mean, there's the tail of the tape.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's a promising movie. Let's put it that way. So that might be, you're right, that might be affecting that bump. But you know, good news, or you know, any kind of media attention is good for bringing attention to the book. So I'm still surprised that we're seeing so much softening, especially over this book. You know, this is kind of the key for Spider-Man of this era. and for it to soften is interesting.
I think what Richard's saying is that that movie might need some Peter Parker, so we'll see what happens. Right?
It's interesting. The Spider-Man No Way Home, the no trailer rule.
Yeah.
Is that a thing, or is that like a rumor? Has it been confirmed that that's the approach?
No, it came directly from Kevin Feige's mouth. They're not doing a trailer for this movie, which is an interesting tactic. I mean, it's Spider-Man, so everyone already, they don't need the brand awareness for the trailer, but I think they're really trying to surprise the fans by what's in the movie, and the trailer would simply reveal those surprises. So they're taking a risk, and I'm actually impressed. I'm actually impressed. They're so confident about the quality of the movie, they're not even going to drop a trailer for it.
Or they saw the reaction to the Venom trailer and said,
I think Ali is right though. Venom needs a He needs a Spider-Man in it. It's time to have some of that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to the next Spider-Man.
But let me defend 309.8 for a second. Still a very, very tough book in 9.8. If you look at this, you see a lot of 9.4s, a lot of 9.6s. There was some sort of production issue with this book that really makes a 9.8 really tough. We've talked about this before on the show. So I don't think we're throwing the baby out with the bathwater here. This is just, it's going to go in cycles.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is still a blue chip key. And you're right. There's only 5% of the graded books on CGC are 9.8 for this book. So while the price may be dipping a bit, and that's not to say that it's not going to hold steady, or you can go up significantly in the near future. It's still a solid book as an investment book.
And sorry, Ali.
I was just going to say, as a self-plug, I mean, we try to hook up people with some good deals, and it worked out here. I just want to point out, like, this wasn't a $6,099 thing that, took days. This sold in a few minutes.
Yeah, I bet. It's a good price. It's a good price. And and the day that Venom fights Spider-Man in a movie, you're going to wish you had this book.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Last one. This is the king of the 80s. The grail of the late 80s and 90s kids like me. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. First print. CGC 8.5. White pages. I'm sure people are familiar with how few of these were actually even made. $25,500 sold on our page this week. So awesome book, awesome sale. Congratulations to buyer and seller.
No 90-day data on this because there aren't enough sales.
Right.
The last sale on it was for $23,300. So a little bump expected. Let's talk about the 8.5 for this book. Less than 3,000 made, or 3,000. I forget what the actual number is, but around there. And a parody black and white title at an odd size, doesn't fit in a comic book box. The fact that an 8.5 has made it since 1983 in that condition still, we look at 8.5 and immediately our brains go, oh, it's just an 8.5. Think about this book in an 8.5. Sorry, guys, the majority of this book are mid-grade, or if that, because nobody got this book off the shelf and went, this is going to be a $25,000 book in the year 2021. I better take care of it. No, they thought it was funny. They read it. They loved the humor, the parody of Frank Miller's Ronin and everything that was going on in comics in 1983. Black cover, fingerprints all over it. This was not a book that was set aside and hermetically sealed in a bag and brought out ages later.
Oh yeah, and the paper quality on this thing it's terrible. It looked like a self-produced comic book because it was. This is a book that was on the shelf when I was buying books, and I missed #1.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You ended up getting a second print or something.
Yeah, so to realize a $25,000 book was in my grasp, but I missed it by a hair. Is is actually comforting that, you know, the values of the books that I really valued back then are being recognized.
That is a healthy way of looking at it, Richard, as opposed to your boy moron here who sold his Avengers 1 7.5 10 years ago, his giant size X-Men 1 9.4 2 years ago, his entire Venus run. You know, yeah, I'm about to jump out this window if it wasn't on the floor.
You're just a ray of sunshine over there.
I'm back from vacation and I'm already back into, like, you know, this mode. But, you know, at least I've got a copy of Marvel Pride #1 or whatever it was.
Ali, did you see that Colin Yost is writing a live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie?
I saw that, and then I also saw that there's like a separate animated reboot as well. I think that's Seth Rogen is.
Okay, Seth Rogen, that's going to be good.
Yeah, I think there's an animated reboot coming, and then now there's that live action as well. And I mean, not to bash on Venom again, but that's not really. I love Venom, actually. Like I said, you know, when I grew up, I don't really feel like, you know, I'm not in love with that portrayal. But to each their own. And similarly with Turtles, the first one I love. The second one, Bill tries to convince me the third one was good. I don't agree, but I don't even think I'd say I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm hopeful that they'll do some they'll do some justice to the source material.
We'll see. Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Are you optimistic?
I'm of two minds of Colin Jost. Colin Jost is really funny on Weekend Update. He's head writer for SNL. It could be really good. He's also an 80s kid, so he might have a real love for the source material. But then I also know the Colin Jost that's super snarky, married to Scarlett Johansson, doesn't really need the green, no pun intended. And you may just be doing this for a check. So I'm cautiously optimistic that maybe he loves the Turtles and really wants to do right by them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who the showrunner is for it. And, you know, a lot of factors go into a movie besides the script. So I'm trying to be optimistic about it, but Hollywood could really just ruin this if they really want to. So
the Turtles are at their best when you have that dichotomy of, like, you know, the darkness and then the humor. So it seems like the humor is probably covered. We'll see. I don't necessarily know who's directing it, so we'll see.
Don't go heavy on the pizza jokes, please.
And I think we have a limit of 2 cowabungas per reel.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you, Ali. Remind everybody where they can find you and what you are and what you do.
Yeah, if you got a book to sell, you need some help, head over to @elite_comics11 on Instagram. We're happy to help you out, or you could just watch the awesomeness that pops up on our page daily.
And it does. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Ali.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. And thank you, Elite_Comics11. I'm telling you guys, some of you aren't familiar with the platform. I get it. It's scary when you're new, but just log on and watch a few of these things. They're fun. I mean, it's fun just some of these books that get put up for sale, and some of the commenting is actually quite amusing if you have time.
Yeah. Instagram is a great place. Both John and I were on Instagram before Bronze and Modern Gods came about, and we were just showing pictures of our comic books, and got followers doing that. That's all it takes, is the willingness to be part of the community. Yeah,
I mean, if you don't want to be part of the community, I get that too. Sell your books on eBay. All right, that's going to do it for this week. I will not mention eBay again for a whole week, I promise you. Before we go, I have to give a shout out to Journo's Comics and Pop Cultures channel, who just uploaded a video, 5 sleeper quasar keys to invest in right now. I'm going to put a link in the description. This is a video you must watch. You must watch it.
Way to pander to John.
I know. He made this video just for me. So go check out Journo's channel, and we will see you next time. Thanks, Richard.
Everybody stay safe.